The Liz Cambage saga: triumph, turmoil, and controversy. Just when it seemed the drama had settled, Liz Cambage delivered yet another shocker. She withdrew from the Australian Olympic team mere weeks before the Tokyo Games. The timing threw the entire basketball program into chaos right before the world's biggest tournament. But behind the headlines was a deeper, more painful reality. Liz opened up about her struggles with mental health in a raw and heartbreaking revelation. She recounted the hardest conversation of her life, in 2016, when she told her mother she no longer wanted to live. "I was put on suicide watch," she shared, explaining her decision to speak out. "Mental health is something so many people are dealing with, and sharing my story has helped others. That's what I want, to inspire people to free their minds and chase their dreams." While her honesty touched many, a new incident overshadowed her efforts. During a closed-door practice game against Nigeria, Liz's actions left the basketball world in shock. Reports emerged that she got physical on the court, elbowing one player in the neck and slapping another. But the confrontation didn't end there. Witnesses, including former Opals captain Jenna Ohea, alleged that Liz hurled a racial slur at the Nigerian players, telling them to go back to your third world country and referring to them as monkeys. This was particularly stunning given that Liz herself is half Nigerian. In response, Liz denied the accusations, claiming, "That's not what I said. I call people dumb. I don't lean toward racial slurs." However, Australian basketball legend Andrew Bogut revealed that the public only heard the sanitized version of the incident. "What was said was beyond despicable," he stated, adding there were words you can never repeat. The fallout was immediate. The Opals leadership decided they couldn't
get in the weight room or get out of the post, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing my thing inside.
After, Liz signed with the LA Sparks and publicly criticized the Australian basketball program, claiming, "I'm supported and protected on a level the Opals never gave me." Her comments ignited a firestorm. Andrew Gaze, one of Australia's most respected basketball figures, expressed his frustration, explaining that the team had initially kept details of the incident under wraps to protect Liz and give her a chance to reflect. "We hoped she would understand her mistakes and grow," he said. Instead, former teammates began speaking out, sharing stories that painted a picture of a player who repeatedly alienated those around her. The combination of her actions, denials, and lack of accountability left fans and the basketball community stunned. From Olympic hopeful to controversial figure, Liz Cambage's story remains one of the most dramatic and polarizing in sports history. Her talent is undeniable, but her legacy is now deeply entwined with the controversies that followed her every step. Imagine a player with everything: support, resources, and endless opportunities, who seemed destined for greatness but ultimately let it all slip away. For years, the Australian basketball community defended Liz Cambage, but by 2022, they'd had enough. The breaking point came mid-season, in July, when Liz made a shocking announcement: she was leaving the Los Angeles Sparks. No warning, no formal goodbyes, just an exit. Her parting words? A social media post claiming she hoped the WNBA would create safer environments. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. For a player known to stir controversy, this statement
That's been saying that I called them monkeys, N-words, like, that's not, I'll call you a dumb. That's what I say to people when we're getting into it. I don't really lean towards racially.
Stunned, she launched an OnlyFans account. Yes, the former WNBA All-Star pivoted from the court to a completely different kind of platform. And she didn't hold back. Liz fully embraced her new venture, promoting it on social media and giving interviews about her decision. She said it offered her control over her image and financial independence. Here's the kicker: the same player who once earned $400,000 playing basketball in China is now reportedly making even more money through her OnlyFans content. Talk about a plot twist. The WNBA, the league she once criticized for lack of support, has a maximum salary far below her current earnings. The reaction? Pure disbelief. Former teammates were left speechless, fans were shocked, and social media went into overdrive. Some supported her choice, arguing it's her life to live. Others saw it as the final chapter in a dramatic fall from grace. Meanwhile, as Liz focused on her new career, the WNBA experienced one of its most successful seasons ever. Everything she could have been a part of was unfolding without her. Once a towering figure in women's basketball, Liz was now entirely removed from the sport that made her a household name. Her journey is a story like no other, one of talent, controversy, and reinvention. From international basketball star to OnlyFans creator, Liz Cambage's life continues to captivate and polarize. Liz Cambage's story is one of extraordinary highs and heartbreaking lows. On the court, she was nothing short of a basketball phenomenon. Her dominance was so unmatched that opposing teams had to completely rethink their strategies just to counter her. Her legendary 53-point game? A record that may stand untouched for decades. But her impact went far beyond the score.
Explode.
Most people remember prior to the Olympic Games is it was a week out before it started. She got involved in an altercation with Nigeria and in a practice game in preparation.
Yep.
And the Opals and their leadership group decided we can't tolerate this behaviour. At the time, we didn't know exactly what the behaviour was. Subsequently, it did become, for those that were around and in the inner circle, there was a pretty strong leakage about exactly what happened, but it was kept under wraps and she didn't
Swept under the carpet.
And
swept under the carpet, some people would say.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Probably for Liz's benefit, I would say.
Correct.
If there was any covering up of this or attempt to not let it get out, am I right in saying it was to help Liz Cambage?
I think so. In the prospect that perhaps that sometime in the future that she may understand.
Proving that tall players could be both powerful and exceptionally skilled. She paved the way for international athletes in the WNBA, showed that women's basketball could fill arenas, and proved female players could command top salaries overseas. More importantly, she became a trailblazer for issues bigger than basketball. She was an outspoken advocate for mental health in sports, breaking the silence when many wouldn't. She also pushed for racial equality in Australian sports, sparking uncomfortable but necessary discussions. Liz defied stereotypes, showing that athletes could be successful without fitting a cookie-cutter mold. She inspired countless young girls who felt too different to dream big and embrace who they are. However, her legacy is complicated. For all the good she did, controversy has cast a shadow over her achievements. It's like a stunning painting splattered with ink. You can still see the brilliance, but the damage is hard to ignore. The record books will remember her as a scoring champion, an all-star, an Olympian, and an international star. But they won't tell the full story. They won't show the teammates she alienated, the fans she disappointed, or the bridges she burned. They won't reveal the heartbreak of young players who idolized her, only to watch their hero fall from grace so publicly. And maybe that's the true takeaway from Liz Cambage's story, a cautionary tale about the cost of fame, the value of mental health support, and the fine line between confidence and controversy. Her journey isn't just about basketball. It's about humanity, our ability to reach incredible heights and our vulnerability to self-destruct. Some will remember her as the powerhouse who changed women's basketball forever. Others will remember the scandals that marked her downfall. But one thing is certain, Liz Cambage will not be forgotten. From a 6-foot-tall child dreaming big to a record-breaking WNBA star to a polarizing public figure, her life has been anything but ordinary. What's your take on Liz Cambage's story? Was she misunderstood, or did her actions speak for themselves? Let us know in the comments, and if you love hearing about sports' most fascinating personalities, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's more to come, stay tuned.